Good afternoon. It's November the 15th. I'm heading downtown a bit belatedly. Normally I would have walked down earlier, but it's been a podcast day so far. I posted a podcast today, my latest, which is an interview with New York Times bestselling author Joan He. She's a YA author and has a new book called Strike the Zither, which is the first book in a duology that retells the Chinese, we call it folklore, I guess, tale of the Three Kingdoms. And so it's an alternate version of that. Anyway, I had that this morning, and then I interviewed somebody over the lunch hour. It's because of the time difference. Brad R. Torgerson, Dragon Award-winning author, other awards. So that'll go up in a couple of weeks. As you can see, it's a bit on the frosty side. There was fog earlier, so there's a bit of hoarfrost around. And it's cloudy, so it looks very wintry here along the crescent. I've got the microphone a little lower because there's a better place to clip it on down there, so hopefully the sound is good. This is all still experimenting because this is my new wireless mic, and I'm not entirely sure yet best place to put it, but hopefully you can hear me okay. And not too much wind noise either. I think I can put the little windsock on it, but I wasn't able to get it on as I was leaving here. So I'm walking down to the Hotel Saskatchewan, as I often have, on this very wintry mid-November day. This could be January, and it will be January, and it won't have changed much except there'll be more snow on the ground. But yeah, the little bit of hoarfrost really gives you that sort of wintry tunnel effect here, looking down the crescent. Maybe I'll move over to the other side so I don't get run over by this heavy equipment down here where they're building a house. They tore down one there. They put in the foundation and they're already starting to frame it up here, it looks like. So I don't know what he's doing exactly. Big shovel. I'm not sure what he's shoveling. I'll go over to the other side again. Hello, who's there? Ben? And John, the sound is good. Scrawny, I presume. My old high school chum. Old being the operative word at this point for both of us. Doesn't seem like that long ago we were in high school until you think about it, so it doesn't pay to think about it. Class of 76. That's so last century. Oh, there's a bit of a wind chill here today too. It's minus 15 Celsius, but the wind, especially along here next to this tall building, is quite sharp. I will move briskly here, the better to keep warm. Not quite as hoarfrosty as Friday when I walked around the lake, but certainly a touch of it, and very gray otherwise. I think there's snow coming tomorrow, a little bit. Then Thursday I have to drive to Saskatoon for this little anime convention thing I'm going to have a table be selling books at, so I'll be up there for 2 nights, even though the convention's just 1 day. This time around, I think they do a bigger one in the spring, and so if this seems to have been a good use of my efforts, I will hopefully take part in the bigger one in the spring. I wouldn't do it this time, except I happen to have a bunch of free nights left over at Marriott hotels from when I was writer in residence in Saskatchewan and was staying up there every week. I piled up quite a few stays, and as a result I have quite a few points which I can use. So it really makes it worthwhile, because the only thing I'm out is meals, and then I can hopefully sell some books. I think it's at the Teacup, the TCU place. I think it's time to change direction and quit walking into the wind. So we will now turn towards downtown. This is a different route than I usually take a little bit, so we'll turn downtown along here. It's the Royal Saskatchewan Museum over there. There we go. It is quite picturesque in a freezing cold sort of way today. If you like that kind of black and white effect that you get in days like this. Like, where's my color? Dude, where's my color? There's some color. Is that a daycare? No, it used to be an art gallery. This will only be about a 15 to 20 minute walk. And then I will make part 2 about the same length, 2 or 3 hours. Tomorrow I'm taking the car into the shop, so I'm going to be walking down on South Albert somewhere, I think, for a change of pace tomorrow, because it goes in the afternoon. If it went in the morning, I would walk home, but I don't think I want to walk home. Probably do a walk down there, but then hang out down at that end of town until the car's ready. We'll take a zig here. Especially those little drives where they get really icy and they slope down too. So when I fell last year, it was in a space like that. That's the Fireside Bistro over there. Nice restaurant. Pretty expensive for what it is. But it's obviously an old house originally. Worn my warmer gloves. I keep switching hands to get one in my pockets, even though I'm wearing gloves. And not very warm gloves apparently today. More hoarfrost than I thought, actually. Could be there's a bit more downtown because of all the fog from the cars than there was on our street. Looks a little heavier here than it did on the Crescent, I think. Well, maybe I'm imagining that. At least the sidewalks are fairly clear. For at least, it's not a house. Looks like a house, but I think it's offices now. It's an old apartment building. I guess it's still an apartment building. Doesn't look very occupied. Here we have Ripplinger, which is an art gallery. Oof. A couple of old apartment buildings there, one after the other. I think they still have a tea room sort of thing in there. They did. I presume it's open again. I know for sure. I haven't been in there in years. This is Lauren Street coming up. Lauren Street Drugs over there. Lauren Drugs. Oof. This has not been cleared along here. Hence the occasional oof. I'm not saying egg in French over and over again. It's the English oof. 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 Lots of ice there, but then the sidewalk looked clearer going on. This is a kind of a seniors retirement residence, I think. The Heritage. I'm just judging by the name. I've never been in there, but it has that look, and that's the kind of name you get on places like that. APEG used to be in this building, Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan. Back when I wrote their history book, this is where they were. So I spent some time at meetings in there back then. But they have a new space out in Harborland. Been there for a few years now. I'll take another zig to the right here. Where we can, as we're getting close. We can cross now, actually, safely enough. One-way street, so you always know which direction the traffic's coming from. Yes. You're right, it's the perfect acronym. Occasionally off-kilter footing. Oof. Okay, then we go down Cornwall here towards Victoria Park. My fingers warm up enough I can type after all this. They're quite cold. We bought some hand warmers. We don't know if we're going to Grey Cup. I don't think I am. I have rehearsal and I don't. We're trying to sell the tickets, but a lot of people are trying to sell their tickets, and so far ours haven't gone. Sure, if we mark them down, we could sell them. We were hoping to get more than the face value. It's going to be cold, and the riders aren't playing, and I have rehearsal, and so I always think that's the funniest name, Saskatchewan Seniors Mechanism. So hey, if you want to buy Grey Cup tickets for $650 each, which is what they're currently listed as, reach out. I can sell them to you directly. I mean, that's slightly up from face value, but not that much. Face value is 400 and something. The Grey Cup tickets, which in a way is nuts. There's Victoria Park, all festooned in frost. Festively festooned. City Hall over there. Max Metropolitan. And here's the hotel, which is my destination. The hotel, my destination. I would suspect the football teams are in town now. Toronto and Winnipeg. And I don't think they'd be in the same hotel. Somebody might be in here though. Okay, we will stop here. And I'll be back with part 2 later. Bye for now. Alrighty, I'm back and heading home now from here in the Hotel Saskatchewan. Got some work done, got some lunch eaten, and now it's back into the cold. Oh, I stopped. Still frosty, but now we're headed home. I'll walk down Victoria Avenue here because it's the scenic route. Victoria Park over there, the cenotaph where the Remembrance Day ceremonies were held on Friday. I was finalizing the print file for the next Chautauqua Press book, which is called The Crow Who Tampered with Time. It's a collection of essays by Lloyd Ratzlaff, Saskatchewan writer. Originally came out in 2002, 20 years ago, from Thistledown. Very interesting collection of essays, and I'm also going to be bringing out his second collection in a new edition, Backwater Mystic Blues. But this one first. Here's the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame is here in the old land titles building. At the time of homesteading, of course, it was very important, the land titles building. Max Metropolitan United Church over there, and we'll go by First Baptist here on my left in a minute. I don't know if it's any warmer than when I walked down, not much. There's First Baptist with the pillars of the community, one might say. First Baptist. I guess the Carol Festival will be coming up here soon. They'll probably have it again this year, and the weather's going to cooperate and make it look very festive. I'll be caroling at Government House a week from Friday or Saturday. It's a Friday. Friday, yeah, I think the 25th. Caroling at Government House with Wascana Voices, which is this self-directed choir. Oh, right, there's my favorite entrance anywhere in the city for the Balfour Apartments there. Self-directed choir I sing with, called Wascana Voices. We also have a concert coming up on December 1st. No, December 8th. December 1st is the other concert I'm in, which is Regina Lyric Musical Theatre's Sapphire Anniversary Concert, 45th Anniversary Concert. That one going on too. Courthouse over here. Everything looks better with a little frost on the trees, doesn't it? All looks festive instead of just gray and miserable, which is what it looks like when there's no frost on the trees. I haven't listened to the sound yet, but somebody told me I sounded okay with the microphone where it is. It's a bit lower than I would normally wear it, but maybe that just means it picks up more interesting ambient sound. The walk light is out here. Oh no, it's not. There it is. Canadian Oil's building. Late lamented Cato Books used to be in there back when they published my Shards of Excalibur series. Then they went out of business. I don't think it's my fault. There have been a number of publishers that have published me and then gone out of business. Shortcut through the Esso station here. Oh, slippery. It says it's a medical clinic over there. It's not anymore. It's police. This is all very slippery here in the drive where all the cars have packed down the snow going into the gas station here. Credit Union Central on my left. Cathedral Social Hall over there. I'm not allowed to go there anymore because we have a friend whose son had been a bartender there for a couple of years. And he stood up for some waitresses who were being harassed by some unpleasant customers, and it turned out the unpleasant customers were friends of the owner, so the owner fired him. And as a result, they've lost our business. And the Viet Thai next to it is one of our favorite Oriental restaurants. For a quick bite, anyway. Not exactly, it's not a high-end fancy place, but reliable, quick, and close. Very close to where we live. Looks like I might as well cross to my right here. Maybe I'll walk down Broadway today just to change it up a bit. We're going down this way. Broadway's in Saskatoon. 13th. There's this entrance of the tide here. And there's a coffee shop next to it that I never go into. I don't even know if it's still open or not. So it has lights on. I guess it's open. It's just too small to be of much interest to me as a place to work. And that's my only real interest in coffee shops. Artesian over there, which is a performing arts space. It used to be a church. Front of the Artesian, looking back over my shoulder. That used to be a gallery too. Now it's, I don't know what, it's a shoe store. And there's a craft gallery up here as well, right here. Traditions. Craft gallery. And there's a stationery store here called Paper Umbrella. Very nice. Got a few things in there over the years. Then there's a tea store. Actually, I've never bought tea there, but it's been there a long time. Then there's the New Age bookstore, which is across from the Christian bookstore. Over there is coffee shop, and I'll cross here because this is a pedestrian crosswalk. We're in Stanley here. Oop, slippery. And we'll go on this way again. By the coffee shop, very colorful exterior. They sell ice cream in the summer. Not so much now. This little stand here sells ice cream. Maybe they still sell it, but it doesn't look very open. Sobeys, our relatively new liquor store over there. Neighborhood liquor store. It's nothing special, but it's something. And before there was nothing, so on those days when you just want to grab a chilled bottle of wine or pre-chilled beer, you can do so in there. And we will turn left now down Retallick, which will take us home. I'll take me home. I don't know where you are. Safeway over there, our grocery store. This is where I got my picture taken from my last driver's license picture was taken in there. Hair design, the room. I didn't walk down here at Halloween. This one up here to my left, not this one, but this one with the fence around it. Some years had a lot of decorations. I don't know if they did this year or not because I didn't come up here. They usually do a lot for Christmas too, so I might see something there soon if they do that again. The older houses along here. For whatever reason, this block has nothing but older houses on it. Not a single new one infilled along here. Not recently, anyway. Retallick Street, or as Google likes to call it, Redlick. But then it thinks we live in Regina, so. which we should, of course, if this is properly pronounced, but it isn't. So I like to say my university yearbook is the Petitjean, and it's named after a mountain in Arkansas. I went to school. But it's not pronounced Petit Jean, it's the Petty Jane. And the mountain is also pronounced Petty Jane. Old apartment building over there. I'm somewhat surprised that 4J Saskatchewan didn't turn into Forget over the years, but it is still 4J in Montmartre. So we do have some attempts at pronouncing French properly around here, but not so much in Arkansas. Of course, the French probably goes back to the Cajuns down there, so it didn't carry down through the years. It's for sale over there if you're looking. So tomorrow I'll definitely be walking down along South Albert somewhere. So that'll be a little different. I'll do a walk down there and then I'll find some place to sit and work while I wait for the car to be finished. Take it in after lunch. And Thursday I'm off to Saskatoon. So there won't be any walking Thursday or probably Friday or probably Saturday. Next chance will probably be Sunday if I do it then, because that's Grey Cup Sunday, and I guess it'd be a day to walk up to the stadium. Even before the game. There'll be lots going on up there. Yeah, that's probably what I should do. I do that. Well, I will be home Saturday, but I doubt I'm going to walk, so I'll be home probably early afternoon, and then we have groceries to buy and all that stuff. But I should get down there sometime during the weekend, and Sunday will be the last chance, so. The school bus already in front. It's at 3:30. Getting close, 10 more minutes, school let out. I'll go right by the school here. One nice thing about it is having our alley back onto the schoolyard is that our alley gets cleared because the school buses use it. Look down the alley. Davin School. They call it the Crescents, but it's always Davin School to me. They even took the stone name off of it, but it's still Davin School. It's Davin School, and my daughter was there, so it will always be Davin School. Just waiting for the kids to come out in a few minutes. School playground, of course. You can always hear the kids screaming on the playground from my office. Usually sounds like people are dying, but I know it's not. It's just the sound kids make. There's the bishop's house where they have the big haunted house. When I walked around here on Halloween, there was a lineup of people waiting to go in there. It's become a neighborhood tradition. And up here is the corner where we will stop. It was a bit colder than I thought it was going to be, actually. Plenty chilly. So I'll stop here. Thanks for walking with me, and I'll be back tomorrow somewhere down along South Albert, I think.